Alright everybody, we're officially live on the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Yeah, let's go Redbird. We are now live. Sorry I took a little bit too long to start on my live stream. The channel. If you notice my camera is really zooming in, that is only because of the fact that I need to get a new camera. It kind of zooms into my face and I can't do anything about it. So I have a new camera that's on the way, and it's going to be here pretty soon. So by the next live stream or so, I'm pretty sure by the next live stream, I will have that new webcam. So, yeah. We're just going to get things ready here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I'm going to have to post on Twitter real quick that I'm officially live. Alrighty. Yep, we are officially live on the channel here. If you guys have any questions, I will be sure to answer them. One second here. I wanted to show this real quick. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch now in effect, including portions of Jackson, Mississippi, Yazoo City. Greenville is all going to be affected by this severe thunderstorm watch. Florence, Columbus, Jasper, Grenada, and Bastrop and Natchez are all under the severe thunderstorm watch that is issued, that is in effect for portions of Alabama into Mississippi and Louisiana. And I'm pretty sure that this threat has the tornado watch in this area right here, and then these severe thunderstorm watches further south. So the big city is Jackson, Mississippi. This is impacted by this. A couple tornadoes are possible. Scattered hail to tennis ball size likely. So that's some pretty big hail. And scattered gusts up to 70 miles an hour possible. You said tornado warning. Okay, we'll check that out now. So I'm pretty sure we do have a tornado warning in effect. Thanks for telling me that, Wessons, weather-wise. I will get right onto that real quick. Oops, I did not mean to switch scenes there. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, we have a tornado warning effect. I need to get to that in a second. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of the Tishomingo area into Holcott, Boonville, and Holcott, Tishomingo, Dennis, Belmont, Wheeler, and portions of North Mississippi's under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. And it does look like there's going to be some big hail. Yeah, ping-pong ball-sized hail located over Wheeler or near Boonville, moving east at 40 miles an hour here. In this areas, we do have that large hail core, as you can see in the area I just circled right there. That is moving to the east. That could produce up to tennis ball sized hail. Let's get to this tornado warning real quick. Wow, that's a big tornado warning. Right north of Memphis, too. Yeah. Okay, so this is heading straight for the National Weather Service office, I just realized. Clarkdale, Turrell, Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington in Tennessee and the border of Arkansas and Tennessee are all in a tornado warning right now. This is a gnarly looking storm. In fact, we do have an area of rotation here. We've got some really strong winds up to 60 miles an hour on the southern side of it. Then our rotation is on the northern side of it here, which is why I do think there's potential for a tornado with this. Right in this area where the inflow is moving and pushing into that storm is where I do think there is potential for a tornado here. Yeah, there is a little bit of rotation. I'm pretty sure it's this right around here that is moving east towards Millington. So if you are in Millington, Clarkdale, Jericho, Turrell, into Rosemark, you are currently in a tornado warning, so you do need to be taking shelter now. I mean, this is not on the ground currently, but this is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, meaning even though it's not on the ground, you do need to be taking shelter because it's likely that it could produce a tornado in the next few minutes or so here. It's moving east at 40 miles an hour, so take shelter immediately. Heading straight for the National Weather Service office, and it's a pretty nasty looking storm, definitely, that I am watching right now. guys have any questions, I will be sure to answer. So yes, tornado warning in effect. This tornado warning is impacted by a population of 71,000 people. That's quite a bit of people under the tornado warning in the north suburbs of Memphis. Yeah, pretty concerning. All right. All right. Let's get to this tornado real quick. So this is what our storm is. It's producing some pretty big hail and some strong winds with it too. You see we have a pretty big hail core currently moving through the Clarkdale area, moving east at 40 miles an hour, heading towards Millington right now. So Millington, if you're not in your shelter already, you need to get there fast. This is not one of these things where we're going outside trying to look for the tornado, because you're probably not going to find it because it's not on the ground. But it doesn't matter if it's not on the ground. You have to take shelter now. See, it's like you should really tell the public that it's not on the ground, because like then they're going to say, oh, it's not take shelter. But then it touches down like 5 minutes later and they're literally like done for. But yeah, that's kind of the way I think about it. But I mean, it's capable of producing a tornado because it's literally, there's rotation. And the rotation doesn't look absolutely insane right now, but I'm definitely watching this storm with that potential to produce a tornado, as it's a pretty strong storm. I'm also noticing we've got a really big Boeing echo to the south of the rotation couplet. There's a little less inflow pushing in. I'm not sure if this is becoming outflow boundary right now, but I'm definitely watching that. But you can see the inflow on the southern side of this storm and the big Boeing echo that is moving to the east right now that I am watching. I'm going to actually change the color of this. Wait. What's the perfect color to use? It's kind of hard to see. That might be good. So that's our Boeing echo moving east right now, currently to the south of Millington. And then our area of rotation is just in this area right here, heading straight for Millington and in Arlington right now. So definitely a big concern here. I just noticed with that Boeing echo the strong winds up to 60 miles an hour in the south of that moving east. The rotation is not too crazy. I definitely noticed the broad area of rotation, and I will be watching that to see if it ends up producing a tornado. But the radar is going to get a bit cluttered, as this is going to move right over the National Weather Service site. Alrighty, guys. If you guys do have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks to everyone who is currently watching my live stream here. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, so we're getting back to this thing real quick. We're going to wait for the next radar scan here. It is coming in about 13 seconds or so. To this gnarly looking storm. Sorry I've not really mentioned any other storms, but I will go look at a different storm here in a second. I just got to wait for this next radar scan. Okay, so did not update. I don't know. I guess this thing is wrong. Alright. So let's look at the storms down south. The tornado threat for these storms down south are not as high, but we do have the threat for big hailers down here and a lot of multicellular storms here. We actually do have one pretty close to the Jackson, Mississippi area right now, moving northeast. Just heading for Forest Hill, Byram, Terry, Gatesville, Hopewell, Crystal Springs, and Galman, all in portions of southern Mississippi right now, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. I am pretty sure this is for hail. Yeah, ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts, as we do have some sort of a hail core with this moving to the northeast. So the suburbs of Jackson, Mississippi and Jackson, Mississippi do need to be getting prepared for this in the future, as the storm is heading in to that region right now. Now, if we look towards this severe thunderstorm warning here, heading towards Lake Providence, this one is a big storm. We have the threat. Wow, yeah, this is a really significant storm that I am currently watching. I don't know why my... There we go. That was weird. It just like... One second, sorry about that, guys. Alright, I'm pretty sure I fixed that there. My bad. But yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning currently heading over Lake Providence and Mayersville, Shelburne, Oak Grove, Forest, and Pioneer is a big one. It's kind of in a radar hole, but this is in portions of northeast Louisiana right now. And it's definitely going to pose potential for 2-inch hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts with this storm here, as we do have a big hail core over Pioneer. They're getting dumped with hail. That is a big one moving northeast right now. So definitely keep your cars inside your garage, because, wow, that is a big-time hailer. The wind threat doesn't look too significant with this one, but that is some huge hail over in that region. Let's get back to the tornado warning real quick here. Oh yeah, they just now updated the scan on this tornado warning. This thing is looking a little bit more alpha dominant than it was earlier, and I do still notice this big Boeing Echo that is currently moving east south of Millington, with our area of rotation right heading east towards Millington and the radar site right now. So Arlington, Millington, Rosemark. I've been saying this for a while. You do need to head into your safe spot right now. There may not be a tornado on the ground, but this could change any minute, as you're in a tornado warning, meaning the conditions are favorable for producing a tornado here. So definitely take shelter now. I mean, we've got a big Boeing segment and then an area of rotation just to the north of that Boeing segment right there, with the chance for hail and strong winds. We got the big hail core, the rotation, then the wind. And I mean, the rotation is not insanely strong right now, but I'm definitely watching this for the chance to produce a tornado here. And there is some strong winds definitely being produced with this, so no matter what, you need to be indoors, and you do need to be heading to your safe spot for this storm heading towards Millington right now. Oh wow. And a slight risk, Ryan Hall, y'all, and Max Velocity all on live. One second real quick, everybody. Just need to click on this real quick. Alrighty, there we go. So you said, are we looking at a below average severe weather season this year for the Midwest? No, we're looking at a above average severe weather season. I'd say for the deep south you're looking at a below average season, but The Midwest is looking more of an above average year. It's more like just an average to below average year this year, expected, but I would say some maybe higher conditions for the Midwest. Definitely later into June and portions of late May, especially for the northern parts of the southern parts of the Midwest have the higher chances than the northern parts of the Midwest. Will get more of that activity later in the spring to summer. I'm still watching this current tornado warning that is in effect here, where you do need to be taking shelter immediately for the storm heading towards Millington, Tennessee here. As we do this area of rotation that I am watching, it is a little bit broad, but I will be watching this storm as we do have an area of strong winds, hail, and that tornado rotation couplet. So you do need to be taking shelter in Millington right now. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. As the radar didn't indicate rotation, tornado and quarter-sized hail for northern Crittenden, I don't even know how to spell it. Northeastern Crittenden County in eastern Arkansas, southern Tipton County in West Tennessee, northern Shelby County in West Tennessee. Here we do have a tornado warning in effect. So you do need to be taking cover now, as a tornado warning is currently in effect for this storm here. I do notice this is being a little bit more outflow dominant, but that area, that Boeing segment of strong winds is just pretty crazy right there. That's producing up to 60 miles an hour winds. But I'm still watching the chance for a tornado here, even though it's become the Boeing echo has made the storm a little bit more outflow dominant, I'm noticing. But this thing is getting really close to, this is a really strong storm. This thing's getting really close to the radar site. I do think that we're going to get some strong hail for Millington, Rosemark, and the Arlington areas, as in hail core is also moving to the east, plus the really strong winds. But I bet the National Weather Service in Memphis is heading to their safe spot as this tornado warning is approaching them. We are getting really close to the radar, so it's really hard to tell if we do have a tornado on the ground right now or not, but I am currently watching this for that potential of a tornado to touch down for these areas here. Is that a tornado? Wait, we might actually have a tornado. Because I don't know, it's so hard to tell with all this clutter if this is a tornado right here, but I'm really not sure, to be honest, right now. I mean, I do notice the rotation, but it's just not too significant to where I don't know if this is a tornado or not. Because we're getting really close. We're literally like right on top of the radar site, so it's really hard to tell if we have a tornado on the ground or not. But I am currently watching this, so you do need to be in your safe spot now in Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington, as this storm is currently heading your way, and this is a gnarly one here. With a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm cable producing a tornado moving east at 40 miles an hour, located over Meeman Shelby Forest State Park. Take over now, move to a storm shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris here. Preferably head to a basement. If you don't have a basement, then head to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, or move to storm shelter, but basement is definitely the best way to do it if you have one. But I'm definitely currently watching this storm for that tornado potential here. I know I'm not watching too much of the other storms right now, but I'm really just focusing on this tornado warning that is in effect for Millington areas, as this thing is the strong one. We now have a watch likely. One second, I'm going to check this out real quick. One second, everybody. All right. Here we go. So, yeah, we do have a tornado watch that is about to be issued for... Let's take a look at this real quick. Yeah, I'm checking the Twitter page. So we do have a new, I'm going to move this warning colors real quick. We do have a new severe thunderstorm watch that is about to be issued. It's a severe potential watch likely here, where scattered storms are likely to develop along the length of the front with large hail, localized wind damage possible, but 1.5 to 2.5 inch hail is the most probable peak intensity. The tornado threat is a lot lower. It's not out of the question. There's a chance for him to be a tornado or two, but we're more looking at the threat for some hail across portions of Texas, Louisiana, and the southern border of Arkansas, with that severe thunderstorm watch potential here. Alright, just wanted to show that real quick. Alright, for this storm currently heading towards Millington right now, you do need to be heading into your safe spot immediately right now, as this tornado warning is currently in effect for the Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington areas right now. We do have that strong hail core that is currently impacting these areas right now and is moving towards the east in Rosemark and Millington and Arlington areas right now. I cannot urge this enough. You do need to be heading to your safe spot if you are in these areas, as a tornado warning is currently in effect. This is heading right over the radar side of Millington, so I bet that a different National Weather Service is going to take over, because I bet the National Weather Service in Memphis is taking shelter right now, as this tornado warning is currently moving through their area. Now, there's a severe thunderstorm warning right behind it for Clarkdale, with the chance for some large hail too. That is right behind this main tornadic storm that I'm currently watching here. Now, if we look further south here, I gotta mention basically all the storms right now, because we do have a lot of storms currently occurring here. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning here currently impacting Crystal Springs, Gallman, Terry, and Hopewell, with this big cluster of storms right now. And then another storm further north here heading into Clinton, Raymond, Bolton, Brownsville, and Pocahontas, and Ridgeland and Flora areas with this severe thunderstorm warning that is also currently in effect, moving to the northeast right now that I am watching. So Jackson, Mississippi, you've got multiple storms heading your way, and the Jackson, Mississippi suburbs with this these storms that are currently moving in. Now, this severe thunderstorm warning over here towards Lake Providence still has that threat for large hail. The hail threat, I do think it's weakened a little bit, but we still do have that threat for large hail heading into Lake Providence, Mayersville, Shelburne, and Milliket and Fittler. Right now across the border of northern Louisiana and Mississippi here. Now, the storm near Tishomingo and Dennis and Belmont has a new severe thunderstorm warning here, with ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts, as this thing is heading towards Alabama, northeastern Alabama right now, or northwestern Alabama. In Cherokee, Pleasant Site, in Barton, and Russellville, and Belmont, Dennis, and Tishomingo are about to get impacted by this. This one looks pretty gnarly here across the border of northeastern Mississippi and northwestern Alabama, as we do have a big hailer, it looks to me. So if you are in the severe thunderstorm warning, you should be bringing your cars indoors into a garage, or just not outside, so it cannot be impacted by hail, because this is some big hail, it looks like, on radar here. Definitely some significant hail. I do think they've upgraded this severe thunderstorm warning here. Yep, tennis ball sized hail is now, wow, that's some huge hail. So we're looking at 2.5, that's some big hail. 2.5 inch hail is going to be possible here. This is a considerable damage threat for Cherokee, Pleasant Site, Barton, Russellville, Dennis, Belmont, and Tishomingo here. So you do have a big hailer currently moving to the east right now. I am going to be also watching the tornado threat, as this is a pretty strong looking storm It does not look like we have a tornado currently imminent here, but I will be watching this storm. But I do need to get back to that tornado warning that is currently impacting Millington. Wow, that's a strong one. So the storm is now over the radar site, the storm in Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington. So the radar's a little bit cluttered now, but I'm definitely watching these storms currently here. It's really hard to see if we have any rotation due to that cluttered radar look, but if I can look at the reflectivity, I do see the area of big hail and this really strong storm that is currently moving through. It does look like the original Boeing Echo has weakened a little bit, which is a little concerning and shows to me that there might be a little bit of increased probabilities of a tornado heading towards Millington into Arlington and Rosemark in Tennessee right now, as this thing's starting to become a little bit less alpha dominant with that storm. Yeah, I definitely noticed that is occurring a little bit there. So I am definitely going to be watching this really strong storm here over Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington, north of Memphis. If you guys do have any questions, I will be sure to answer them here. Sorry, I've talked a lot. I just need a whole break for a minute. So I'm still watching this storm currently moving through Millington. Once this thing gets a little bit further from the radar, I know you hear, what, further from the radar? When it gets further from the radar typically gets worse. But no, we're so close to the radar that's kind of cluttered. So if we get a little bit further to it, once this storm reaches these areas, we will get a little bit better info and data on what these storms are looking like. So that is what I'm definitely watching here. Yeah, definitely a strong storm though, impacting Millington currently. For the storm currently impacting Rosemark, Arlington, and Millington right now, this thing is definitely looking more and more concerning the more I look at it, even though it's basically over the radar site right now. As you can see, that little bit of hole in the middle, that's where the radar site is. That's why this thing is basically crossing over it right now. But if you're in this area, you do need to be heading into your safe spot immediately here, as the storm is currently moving to the east. It is over Millington right now. This threat is going to move through Millington soon, but that doesn't mean you should go outside Millington, as there's another storm behind it that is posing the threat for a hail too. So Millington, Rosemark, and Arlington, you do need to be heading to your safe spot currently, as there's a tornado warning in effect right now. Now, these storms currently impacting Clinton, Ridgeland, Pocahontas, Flora, Brownsville, Bolton, and Raymond right now are also currently in a severe thunderstorm warning that I am watching here. With a threat for 6 miles an hour winds and half-dollar sized hail. And the storm further south for Forest Hills, Byram, Terry, Crystal Springs, and Gatesville, with the risk for 60 miles an hour wind gusts and half-dollar sized hail. These are some pretty strong storms, too. These are all heading towards Jackson, Mississippi, and Brandon, Mississippi. Well, like, Jackson, Mississippi, and Brandon, Mississippi are not in the severe thunderstorm warning yet, but this thing is going to be heading towards the area, so I would be heading indoors as this thing is producing lightning, strong hail, and damaging winds right now for those areas, as this is a cluster of storms in and close to the Jackson, Mississippi region right now. We have a lot of storms forming on the northern part of Mississippi right now that I am all watching for the tornado potential. This storm currently impacting Lake Providence, Mayersville, Shelburne right now in northeastern portions of Louisiana, right across the border of Louisiana and Mississippi right now that I am currently watching. This thing is a pretty strong storm. It's kind of in a radar hole, but we've got some pretty high tops here, and this is a big storm right now as the echo tops are pretty high here, meaning that the clouds are moving really high up into the air, showing this is a really strong storm currently impacting Lake Providence right now. I do not see much of a tornado threat with this storm. The main threat I do see is hail. Right now, as there's a big hail core moving towards Lake Providence at the moment here with this storm. Now, the storm is not moving very fast at all. I mean, we've been watching this storm for a while. It's not moving extremely fast. It's moving at 30 miles an hour, but you do definitely need to be taking shelter here. As 2-inch hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts is heading towards Lake Providence, Shelburne, and Mayersville. That's some pretty big hail that could put some big dents to your car, and I don't think you would be walking around outside in hail either. So I would definitely be getting indoors and make sure your cars are indoors with that storm. Wow, that is a pretty strong one. Now, for this storm here, this is the big storm right now, currently moving into northwestern Alabama, heading for Pleasant Site, Russellville, Cherokee, Barton, Tishomingo, and Dennis. Right now, it's over Dennis. This is a big supercell right now, and this is producing some huge hail, like some absolutely huge hail right now that I am watching with this gnarly-looking storm. I mean, we've got a really deep hail core. You see those really deep purples and pinks into those blacks? That's showing some really, really large hail currently moving it right now. That is moving to the north and east. I think this is just moving directly east. Yeah, just moving directly east right now. And we do have, I mean, this storm definitely looks like it could produce a tornado. It's not showing too much rotation right now, but I will be watching this storm for the tornado potential. I do not think there's a tornado right now, but if the rotation tightens a little more, this could definitely promote a tornado warning for these areas, definitely because of how strong this storm currently is. So definitely a gnarly storm moving into northwestern Alabama right now. Now, if we look back to the storm here in Millington, Rosemark, this storm has weakened significantly here, so I do not think this storm is going to produce a tornado anymore. The tornado warning is now down, so if you're on Millington, Rosemark, Arlington, Lakeland, Hickory with Oakland, Eads, and Braden, Mason, you no longer need to be in your safe spots. You can now head out of your safe spot as the tornado threat has weakened and basically gone away here. We have two storms. The one behind it is heading towards Millington. So I do expect you to be indoors still as another storm is moving in with hail and wind. But you do not need to be in your basement or an interior room or a storm shelter anymore. Just be indoors, as the tornado threat is done for, but we still have strong storms moving through those areas right now north of Memphis in the northern Memphis suburbs right now with that pretty dang gnarly storm. You want to notice here that we do have a storm that is south of Nashville, Tennessee right now that is heading towards Spring Hill, Theta, Thompson Station is already passed by Duck River and is heading also towards Franklin right now and is moving to the northeast in portions of Tennessee. And I do notice why this was promoted a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued here due to the 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. There's definitely a hail core with this one. Now, this does not look like a huge tornado producer, but I do notice that big hail core that is currently moving towards Theta, Spring Hill, Thompson Station, and Lapers Fork right now with that hail core. That is a pretty gnarly-looking hail core in those areas. Let's check the county that this is being impacted. Northern Maury County, Western Williamson County, and Southeastern Hickman County in Middle Tennessee right now with this pretty crazy looking storm right now producing some big hail with that. So I'm definitely watching that storm currently. Sorry about that, I'm just rubbing my eyes. I'm going to check to see if we have any more updates on all these storms. Oh yeah, a news severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. Now we do have a new severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued here. So let's get to this real quick. Yeah, 1 second. We need to get to this new severe thunderstorm watch real quick. Okay, here we go. So we did this new severe thunderstorm watch in effect. It says include Austin, College Station, Brenham, San Marcos, Fredericksburg, Kingsland, Killeen, Waco, and Palestine, all in central Texas and southern Texas right now for College Station, Austin, Killeen, Waco areas, all in this severe thunderstorm watch. It does include 4.3 million people, which is a lot of people, with scattered hail up to tennis ball size likely, wind scattered gusts up to 70 miles an hour possible, and frequent lightning possible. Now, this is not much of a tornado threat here. They haven't even included tornadoes on the threat information because you do not really expect much of a tornado threat with these storms over this area in Texas right now. But I just wanted to mention that severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect all the way until 1 a.m. So that's a pretty significant watch right there. Just wanted to mention that. Alright, for the severe thunderstorm warning in effect here, this is a really gnarly looking severe thunderstorm warning heading towards Cherokee, Russellville, Littleville, Layton, Tuscumbia. Tuscumbia and Florence are not in the severe thunderstorm warning yet, but that might change in the future here, as this is a pretty gnarly looking storm. I mean, this thing definitely has the potential to produce a tornado with it too. That I'm definitely watching with this pretty significant storm right now heading towards Pleasant Site. At the moment here. I mean, I do notice why they have a tornado warning. There's rotation there, but it's not extremely strong. But I do think that they should just issue the tornado warning to be safe than sorry, because this is a really gnarly looking storm that has the tornado potential with this. I mean, look at the inflow heading into that storm there. So it's a pretty crazy looking storm right now that's currently occurring here. And I do also notice that hail core that is setting up with that really deep hail core right there moving towards the east. So that's a pretty gnarly looking storm here. Wow, yeah, that's just a really strong storm with some big hail and the isolated tornado potential with that. So I'm going to keep my focus on this storm. I need to go take a break real quick, but I will be back in a few minutes or so. Alright, 1 second. We are officially back, guys. Sorry about the inconvenience there. I don't know why my Zoom is so zoomed in like this. Can it not, like... Yeah, this is just the problem with this microphone. But this camera, what'd you say there real quick? Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a long break. I might go live for maybe about 10 more minutes or so. Then I'm going to have to end my live stream. But, you said, where are you? Sorry about that. Yeah, I just was taking a little bit of a break. Alright, for this storm here, the storm does not really look like it could be much of a tornado threat. It's weakened significantly here, heading towards Russellville and Littleville right now, but I'm still watching this storm here for the severe thunderstorm potential. The definite tornado threat has weakened a little bit, but there is still a tornado possible on it, because I do still notice a little bit of rotation, but I do think this storm has weakened a bit. But there still is at risk for big tennis ball sized hail, as we do have that big hail core currently moving east towards Littleville and Russellville right now. Now we have another storm here on the extreme northern border of Alabama, currently here heading towards Cloverdale, Killen, into St. Florian, Lexington, and Anderson right now. You said, so I'm thinking about buying a few things off that website, like threat maps. Okay. Well, yeah, you can do that if you want. I only think, honestly, the most, like, worth it thing to buy there is MG Maps, to be honest. I feel like all the other stuff isn't really as worth it to buy, because you can just create those own things yourself with, like, Photoshop or Pixel or something like that. But, yeah, it is, you can if you want. I mean, they do look pretty good, so it's only true. You said, would that give me the file to use it, but it wouldn't come with the hazards already in the picture. I've actually bought one of those before. It comes with all the, you have to use Photoshop, I think, to edit it, but, or no, actually, yeah, it comes with literally everything, all the hazards in the picture, I think. I think it comes with everything. Because if there's not possible, or would it? Wow, we have a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. Luckily, if the kinematics were really significant for tornadoes, this would be a bad day. Luckily, it's not really looking like that's going to be the case, but wow, this could really be a bad day if the kinematics were all into play. Now, we also have the severe thunderstorm warning with big hail, too, heading towards Tupelo right now. Tupelo is a pretty populated area, as this, and it's currently for this big interstate here where a lot of cars drive on, as this big storm is currently rolling through. I mean, if the kinematics for tornadoes were really significant here, this would be really dangerous looking. I mean, we could be having a lot of tornadoes, because look at these storms. But luckily, the kinematics aren't very significant for storms in this area here. But wow, this could be really significant if that was the case. Now, for these, we have just tons of storms right now. For the storm here down south of Jackson, Mississippi, here heading towards Harrisville, Star, Piney Woods, right now we'd have the threat for golf ball-sized hail with this storm that I am currently watching. With that potential risk for hail here on this road here around Star, Piney Woods, Braxton, and Harrisville, south of Jackson, Mississippi. Sorry. Sorry, I just had to sneeze. Having a little bit of allergies right now. Oh, wow, yeah, we have a big storm here south of Nashville, Tennessee, in the suburbs of southern Tennessee and south of Jackson. I meant south of Nashville, Tennessee. Sorry, I can't even talk right now. But in the southern Nashville suburbs right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here, heading towards Nolensville, Smyrna, Walter Hill, into Brentwood areas, as we do have this big couplet currently of that hail potential that I am watching right now. It's definitely a defined hailer right there that I am currently watching, heading towards the northeast and in Nolensville and the La Vergne and Smyrna areas right now that we do need to be watching here for some big hail. Well, I didn't expect Severe Thunderstorm Warnings to get this far north, but Mayfield, Culver City, Shady Grove, Providence, Beulah, all in portions of Kentucky right now are all in severe thunderstorm warnings right now. I do think it's just for the risk of 60 miles an hour winds. Yeah, 60 miles an hour winds and quarter-sized hail for some weaker storms up into the western Kentucky areas, south of Paducah. Now, for these storms heading towards Hatton, this warning was extended here with that potential for 2-inch hail headed towards Littleville, Hatton, Moulton, Lendersville, into Hillsborough, Town Creek, and Layton currently. We do have a pretty big hailer with this storm right now heading towards the east that I am watching, with some pretty big hail that is currently moving to the east that you do need to be watching right now here. It's definitely a pretty significant looking storm that we do need to be watching right now. And then we have another storm here towards Tupelo that is currently pretty strong too. Oh, it looks like we have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect now. So if you are in Canton, Vaughan, I don't even know how to say it, Way, Sharon, Camden, Pickens, Thomastown, into McVille, Dossville, Salis, McAdams, Goodman areas, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning, so you do need to be heading to your safe spots in those areas. Or not heading to your safe spots, just taking shelter in anywhere that's not outdoors. This is not a tornado threat with this storm, but we do have the risk for a quarter-sized hail and 60 miles an hour winds. So definitely be getting indoors. Alright, guys, sorry that I'm not staying live for too long. I think I've been alive for about an hour and 8 minutes, so it's not too bad, I guess. But it is a school night for me, so I do need to go eat dinner and stuff. Hope you guys did all enjoy this stream. This is just looking like a big time zero weather threat for a lot of these areas. We could see a few tornadoes, maybe a tornado to occur, but this is looking like a big hailer and some strong winds with this area in the Arklatex region to the deep south. Hope everybody did enjoy this stream. Thanks to all my viewers. It means so much to me that you guys are viewing my streams. This is gonna be, I'm doing this a lot now. I've been posting videos, doing live streams. I'm upgrading my this webcam now. I'm really putting a lot into this YouTube channel now. So I need to fix some stuff with my computer so I can be able to make my streams a little better. But yeah. I'm gonna keep posting this video and keep being consistent on this channel. So yeah, thanks to all my viewers who viewed my streams. It means a ton to me. And bye, everybody.